All right, ladies and gentlemen, of the 118 scale, 4-inch or 3.75 inch, whichever one of these variations is your favorite. For me, this is modern 4-inch, and I'm back again with a video. And this time, I wanted to bring to you my Gi Joe / Marauder police force. With that being said, my force is heavy on SWAT, and without further ado, we'll get into this because this is my SWAT team, and I hope you enjoy it. So with that being said, first and foremost, you might see Surefire is here, and of course, this is the same Surefire from the last video that I opened. You're free to read up on that. Pause it right here and read up on that if you'd like. But ultimately, this video is not necessarily about him. It is about the others here. So without further ado, I'd like to get into my first of the group that I want to talk about. Is going to be Wide Scope.
Front door's open. I'll get it. I got it, Jeff. I'm gonna go to the left side. Police department, search warrant! Police department, search warrant! Ah, hey, what? Coming through, fire! Go!
So with that being said, here you have Wide Scope. You can pause that and read it if you'd like. Looks like his name is Larry M. Kranzler, and he has a canine named Lamont. He's more of a modern figure. I think he was introduced way back in about 2003, somewhere in the early 2000s, and for some reason he was cast in a modern version, and he is the Gi Joe Collectors Club exclusive. And when I found him at a price point that I liked, I was very excited to grab him. And that's what I did. That's his card. That's him and Lamont. Without further ado, let's look at the actual figure involved. Here he is. This is Wide Scope. He comes with a shield. He's got SWAT written on his back. And this is one of my favorites because, you know, I didn't know he was out there until one day I was like looking up Gi Joe SWAT on eBay, and I came across him, and I had forgotten all about him. So I picked him up. He was at a good price, but he wasn't complete. He did come with his card, but he was already out of the card when I got him, which is okay. So what I end up doing is picking up a couple things from Marauders Task Force. Got a helmet for him, some goggles, got a gas mask, which mostly all of my SWAT team members have. There's that. Very nicely made. Fits over their head nicely. Ultimately, what he was missing when I got him was the gas mask, and he has a tripoded shotgun, I guess, or sniper rifle, I guess that is. So I grabbed that, and they actually made one on Marauders, which I was able to grab. And if you notice, here's his canine companion, Lamont, right here. With that being said, we'll move on. This is my next guy that I created through Marauders Task Force. And the head sculpt, if you recognize it, it is the face of Firefly from the, not Retaliation, but yeah, it is actually Retaliation Firefly that came with two heads. And I just, you know me, I like to take the heads and I create other figures out of them. He has his handcuffs here. He has a fighting knife. He has sidearm. And he has this, which looks like an M249. I could be wrong, but it looks like an M249. Helmet, goggles, and black gas mask. Just in case they breach and clear, they want to throw some tear gas in there, get people out, then there you have it. My next one that I'm kind of excited about is let's discuss. By the way, I've named that guy pretty much the SWAT commander. He's the leader of the SWAT, and I call him McBride. That's McBride right there. All right, moving right along. My next figure that I want to talk about is one of my favorites as a child. I never really got my hands on him as a child, but I knew I would pick him up if they ever made a modern, which they did. And then I picked him up as a modern, and I didn't like the way he was done. He had these, he just wasn't done well, in my opinion. The 25th anniversary, he was a cool figure to have, but I ended up selling him. I just couldn't get past the giant thigh holsters he had. He couldn't fit in any vehicles. He was very clunky. So what I did was I went to Marauders and I proceeded to make one out of their parts, which I actually think came out cooler than the Gi Joe offering. And here he is. We're going to call this guy Shock Blast. And of course, Shock Blast is going to knock down his lookalike wide scope. Put that guy up. So lo and behold, I had two military cards for him. So when I sold them complete out of package, but I also had a second, file card for him. So that's pretty cool because he is, in a sense, my Shock Blast. So with that being said, you can pause and read this. All right. Now let's get into the figure. All Marauder parts. He's got his helmet, his goggles. He's got what looks like a M4. He's got a sidearm. Looks like some type of a 9mm. Comes out of his leg holster. Drop down holster, rather. All right. And he has a AK-47 on his back, just in case. And hidden under here, he has another holstered weapon, which is more like a 45 FBI patch. And I went with patching my SWAT as FBI so that there's a bigger jurisdiction they can cover. If I'd have said like it's New York City SWAT, then all they can do is be SWAT in New York City. They don't have jurisdiction anywhere else. So that's why I made, and if you're asking, that's why all of my SWAT guys are FBI. So they can go around and do things in other cities, like chase Cobra down. That's, at the end of the day, that's the milk and honey of the whole operation. Moving right along, you can pause and read this if you would like, but we're going to discuss Mutt and Junkyard next. Right, so let's get into it. So Mutt and Junkyard, and this would be this gentleman here with his canine. He's actually holding on to Lamont also because Wide Scope has, I guess he's the lead with the shield. So with that being said, I position Lamont with Junkyard. Cool figure. I think it's one of the better made 25th anniversary figures, as we know how they were pretty much hit or miss, but he was very cool. And he's got a sidearm there, which looks more like maybe a Mac 10. And he has his some type, I think this is an electric wand. He's a dog handler, keep the dog in check. He has his removable helmet. Let's get that off of there. Jeez, okay, there you go. Removable helmet. Head sculpt made nicely. Got his badge. Excellent. I'll put him back over there. Hopefully he'll stand for me. And I'll just put these guys here next to him. And it says here that his full name is Stanley G. Perrymutter. All right. Mr. Perrymutter. I bet he got teased in school for that name. All right, moving right along. You got one of my favorites as a kid. I had this figure twice as a kid. Lost them and then got them back again in some type of a weird bartering system that I did at a flea market. So yeah, he was one of my favorite G.I. Joes growing up. You can pause this and read it. His name is Christopher M. Levine, Houston, Texas. Grade, he's an officer. He has police on his back, but I think he's more of a rookie at the prison. Law works as a prison guard with his canine partner, Order. A rookie of the prison, law is honest and fair. He refuses to join the corrupt warden and guards who hold illegal cage fights between prisoners. Jeez, that's jacked up. But I usually don't read these cards. I usually let you read them, let you decide for yourself. But I just kind of found that interesting. I don't have a classic card, which I wish I did have. Maybe I'll look for that next time I go to the place where they actually sell cards. You can pick through hundreds of cards and find some. But anyway, let's get into the figure. All right, here he is with his canine partner, Order. Very nice chest detail there. You know what's weird is that none of these figures come with a gun to go in there. But he and Surefire, they both have it. He's got the police written across his back. You know what? As a matter of fact, he does have a silver... There's like a silver revolver somewhere around here, but I'm not gonna look for it. This is I'll let you guys imagine that being there. Then he has another sidearm here, which is removable. That looks kind of like, that looks like more like it could be like a 9mm. I'm not sure. And a secret for you: if you have these extended silencers that go on the guns. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the figure. I don't know if I'm putting it on the screen for you, but ultimately I just pulled out this gun here, called it a 9mm. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. And then I pulled off his silencer. A lot of people put the silencer in. Okay, got it. Put the silencer in the down way. I usually put it in upside down, and it fits perfectly. He doesn't have any leg protrusion. See how that works? Just slip it in upside down when you have these silencers. And of course, he has his handcuffs. As we figured out last time that you can peg them in back there. I really like the old school style, the red, blue, and green. But for some reason in a modern form, I like him more like this. He's got a MP helmet, which makes him military police, but then it said something about him being in some prison as a rookie correction officer. So yeah, that's confusing. But anyway, that's what you have there. So we'll get him to stand up. Hopefully we can get a picture of Order here. All right. And there's his trusty partner, Order. Very nicely done. He's got his little police collar on. And he is ready for action. So there, I just tracked down Law and Order's, Law's sidearm. And that is what goes in there. Man, that actually looks really nice. Look at that. Check that out. That's pretty cool. I like that. The detail on these guys are outstanding. Hasbro did a really good job on creating their moderns. But as you notice, some of these figures are going away because I want to focus more now on the actual Marauder side of SWAT team members that I've put together here. So I've already introduced you to this guy. Here are my other two. I call this guy Killshot right here. He is more of a sniper that stands back, takes a position, and if he can get that shot, he's going to take that perp out. And here you have it. He has a sidearm, which is missing around here somewhere. I'll find it eventually, but for now, let's just get through this. He has that Shimak on his face, covering his face, or yeah, I think you can call it a Shimak. He covers his face so that you can't see him. He in the night, he wants to be completely cloaked out so that if he needs to, he can take that shot from a hidden position. He doesn't want anyone to see him, and ultimately he can't save the day if he gets spotted and he can't take the shot. And here goes your of course he's got his handcuffs, and he also has his AK-47 just in case he has to go down with the team and get busy. He has his helmet, goggles, and on this particular figure, I went with the skeleton face because if you see his face, it's already too late. So there you go. It's the last thing you're going to see. Disturbing, right? All right. And an identical member right here. I call him Gearbox because he's usually the driver of the SWAT vehicle. So his name's Gearbox. So there you have it. And he has a sidearm, which is a 9mm, just like McBride, just like Killshot over there. He's got his handcuffs. His are silver. Just wanted something different for him. So much black on these guys that I said, you know what, I'm going to do something silver. All right, there you go. When you bend that leg, it pinches your finger. Oh, that little pouch has been falling off of him all day. I'll probably eventually glue it down. Usually don't glue on them, but it might happen. There you have it. Gearbox, the driver. He's got his AK-47. He's ready to go. He's got his FBI patch. And I'm into trying to figure out how to make some, get some badges for these guys. But for now, they work. I like how Marauders are really easy to stand up. All right. With that being said, I'm going to get out of here. This is a lot of work setting up all these guys. I'm telling you, it's a lot of work. So yeah, with that being said, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for checking out my video. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, post them in the comments down below. My subscribers are growing. Thank you guys for watching and hanging out with me. I really appreciate that. So with that being said, I'm out. Happy hunting. And get back with me. Hopefully I can see what SWAT team guys you guys are putting out there. And let's keep this 1/18 scale world going. All right? Excellent. Thank you.